The real estate market is soaring. More than 5.25 million existing homes were sold last year. That's the most since 2006. It is driving buyers to Zillow, the largest real estate website. On average, more than 142 million users a month find information on more than 110 million homes nationwide. CEO Spencer Rascoff is the author of Zillow Talk, Rewriting the Rules of Real Estate. He offers tips on buying, selling, and renting. And we're pleased to have him back to Studio 57. So what's the status of the market, and will it continue?
So what's happening in the market is home values are appreciating about 3% year over year this year, which is a slight slowdown compared with last year, but it's very regional. So certain parts of the country are roaring and other parts of the country are much slower. It's all based on what's happening in the local job climate.
Where is it roaring?
It's roaring in parts of Utah, in Richmond, Virginia, in Denver, in Seattle, in LA, in New York. Places where tech job growth is very strong or just the local economy is strong.
You have a new chapter in your book, and you say, depending on the location, Trader Joe's and Whole Foods makes a difference in the neighborhood, big time.
It's interesting. Over the last 17 years, home values are up about 70% year over year. Homes that are near Starbucks are up about 100% over that 17-year period. But homes that are near Trader Joe's or Whole Foods are up 140%, so twice that of the normal American home. So what that says to us is that Whole Foods and Trader Joe's are great at picking locations. So buyers can draft behind that, and all the incredible research that Whole Foods and Trader Joe's do, buyers should really follow that.
And what did you find out the correlation between the politics and home ownership?
It's interesting. So homeowners tend to be more politically conservative. About 40% of homeowners describe themselves as conservative, and that compares with only about 25% of renters. Now, it makes sense, right? Because home ownership tends to occur a little later in life, and once people are a little bit more affluent, and those are demographic attributes which tend to correspond with political conservatism. But one thing not to go overboard on this, millennials, younger people, do still want to buy homes.
Yeah.
I frequently see in the media that because millennials are sharing music or sharing cars or streaming films instead of buying them, that means they won't buy homes. That's not true. Zillow's research says that millennials have very traditional views about home ownership. They just intend to do it later in life. So millennials want to buy real estate, but it'll happen in their 30s, not in their 20s.
So why do I come to Zillow to look for what?
Well, you come to Zillow to look for homes for sale, homes for rent, to figure out what your home is worth, to Zillow your home and check the Zestimate, to Zillow your friend's home or your boss's home.
To see how much
their home is worth? Comparative analysis.
Absolutely. There's a little bit of voyeurism, but certainly serious home buyers use Zillow to shop for homes and shop for an agent. A very important piece of information now is ratings and reviews of real estate agents. You wouldn't buy something on Amazon, you wouldn't buy something on TripAdvisor without reading a review. Well, you also shouldn't hire a real estate agent without reading over 1 million reviews of agents on sites like Zillow.
What kind of area is Bellport, New York, in terms of home ownership? But here's the question. I was raised in a home, Spencer.
It's
quiet. That's where Charlie has a house. I was raised in a house that said you should always own, save your money, don't rent. But you have a whole chapter that says owning isn't for everybody.
Yeah, it's much more complex than our parents ever told us. So buying is not for everyone. Because it depends how long you're going to be in the home. So I think if I intuitively told you that you're only going to be in a home for 6 months, you'd know you should rent. And if you're going to be in a home for 50 years, you'd know that you should buy. So there's a crossover point where you should no longer want to rent and you should buy. Nationwide, that's 2 years.
2 years.
So if you're going to be at home for 2 or more years, you should buy it. But there are big regional differences. So in New York, the crossover point is about 5 years. In San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, it's about 3 to 5 years. But in Detroit, it's less than a year. So in Detroit, it almost never makes sense to rent. You really ought to buy because home values are so much cheaper.
A big story of that over the weekend in terms of mansions that are selling for, dramatically reduced prices.
Home values in certain parts of the country, including Detroit, have gotten very, very
This is the thing that's so great about your book. It has so many little nuggets in it, which is what you're probably getting to.
Thank you.
I love the nuggets.
When is the best time to list your house if you want to sell it?
So selling a home, it's like going to a party, right? You don't want to show up too early before no one's there, and you don't want to show up too late once everyone's gone. So listing a home, the data says that the best time to list your home is in late March. Now, if you're in a warmer part of the country, like the Southeast, it's a little bit earlier, sort of early to mid-March. And if you're in a colder part of the country, like the Northeast, you want to wait till April to list.
So it's weather.
It's weather related, but it's also once the listings have come online and buyers are in the market, then you want to list. The internet has changed this because sites like Zillow and Trulia now show how long something's been on the market. You don't want to look like a stale listing.
Zillow found a place in Cuba?
Not yet. Unfortunately, not yet. No, just in the U.S. for now.
So you say before March Madness and after the Masters.
Exactly. That's the
Okay.
best time to list.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you all.
And the paperback edition is what I'm trying to say of Zillow Talk, Rewriting the Rules of Real Estate, goes on sale tomorrow.